Hello everyone and welcome to this week's reviews. Let's begin with one of the most anticipated sequels of the summer as Pixar Animation Studios and Andrew Stanton take us back under the sea with Marlin, Nemo, and our favorite forgetful blue tang, Dory, in Finding Dory. Is this a worthy companion piece to Finding Nemo? Let's take a look.
Well, there's one thing I can think of to help you get to your family if I just take...
Yeah, that's a great idea. You take me to find them. Why didn't I think of that?
No. If I just take your tag, I can take your place on the transport truck. Then you can go back inside and find your family. All you have to do is give me the tag.
What tag? Oh, there's a tag on my pen.
How could you forget you have a tag on your phone?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I suffer from short-term memory loss.
You don't remember what we were talking about?
I think Finding Nemo is one of Pixar's most delightful and beautiful films with its touching story of parenthood. And I'm happy to say Finding Dory is a worthy sequel that deserves to sit alongside the first one. I absolutely loved this film. Shifting the focus to Dory works in developing the character, and her role isn't just expanded because she was so popular and beloved in her on-screen debut. The film uses her short-term memory to help fuel the plot. In a way, we're following along right with her as she has these occasional flashbacks to her parents, and we feel her drive for wanting to find them. There's also a recurring pro-disability message, as other than Dory and Nemo, we meet other characters who have handicaps that they use to help their ultimate goal. One of the best new additions to the lineup is the octopus Hank, who is a layered character who is flawed, and in a way you understand his motivations. And much like with Inside Out, the Pixar story teams seem to play with what we expect from their usual formula. Each set piece is excellently handled, and managed to be exciting when they need to be, but also very funny. I especially laughed a lot at the sea lions Nemo and Marlin meet while trying to find Dory at the Marine Institute. Finding Dory also uses an actor playing themselves to superb effect, which I will not dare spoil for you. And yes, in typical Pixar fashion, this is emotional without seeming forced or contrived. The animation is also spectacular. The different sections of the Marine Institute were clearly well thought out, as is a gigantic aquarium with all sorts of fish that I imagine took a lot of rendering time. Overall, this is an absolute delight, an excellent sequel, and it will probably end up as one of my favorites of the year. Oh, and be sure to stick through the end credits for a special treat. Next is Genius, about the strained relationship between writer Thomas Wolfe and his publisher Maxwell Perkins.
You know I'm a writer, too.
That's so.
Max didn't tell you. I've been working on a play for quite some time now. It's about Pauline, Napoleon's sister.
More historical pageant, is it?
Well, it's attempting to be more modern.
I wrote a play once. It was not a happy experience, I can tell you that. I found it an anemic form, lacking the multicolored cloak of prose. So I dumped the form and returned my novels.
When the film is focused on Wolfe and Perkins working on his books, it's an interesting look into how an author married to their work deals with their material being diagnosed so it's fit for a general audience. Colin Firth and Jude Law work well together, and it captures both Wolfe's respect and his disdain for Perkins' role in getting his book to print. The scenes of their home life aren't quite as fascinating, with Laura Linney saddled with the supportive wife role. The addition of other famous writers like F. Scott Fitzgerald and Ernest Hemingway into this story also feels unnecessary. You could do an entire film about Scott and Zelda Fitzgerald's troubled marriage, rather than giving them a couple of scenes of it. The direction is also fairly standard and not particularly cinematic. Overall, while it has some solid things to say about the publisher-author relationship, it doesn't delve much deeper into that, and is a fairly substandard biographical film in the end. Thank you for watching this week's reviews, and I'll see you next time.